Had a good dumpster dive find today. Let's take a look. We have a car full of trees. So the story behind these trees is they came from where I work. They were purchased a couple years ago and used on the patio. I always kind of liked them, and so I looked up on the computer how much it would cost to buy some for myself when they were like a couple hundred beans a piece. I said, no way, I ain't got that kind of money floating around. So I just went without them. And they were there for a couple years, I think, and then today they disappeared. And I said, I bet they're in a dumpster somewhere. So I looked around, and sure enough, I found them. So I grabbed them. Now, they're not in the greatest of condition anymore because, well, for one, they was thrown into the trash, and then number two, I just had to jam them in a car when they don't really fit. So, you know, we're gonna have some problems here, but for the price of free, not bad. I mean, this one looked pretty good still. I've got the pot for it elsewhere in the car. There's one of them. It's a little crooked. We can fix that. I mean, these pots right here, a couple hundred beans a piece. Even if the plants will turn out to be no good, the pots are a lot of money. And they're all bent up from being jammed in the car, but we can fix that. And they're missing some of the leaves, but you can buy these leaves and put them back on. So as long as you got the base stem here, I can fix that and make it look good again. Made a flipping mess of the car, but would be the first mess I've made in here. Some of the nasty air conditioners I put in here over the years, I don't think compared to this. Yeah, these urns, a couple hundred beans, easy. It looks like this fared pretty well. Here's the pot for that other one. I didn't have time to dig out everything from there that I wanted because the cleanup people came by and wanted to toss more stuff in there. They were kind enough to give me the few minutes I needed to at least get this stuff out, but I didn't want to hold them up. So I didn't get everything, but this should be enough for the deck. Now I find the backyard here to be very bland. So stuff like this, I'm looking for it. So this one kind of cracked a bit. Probably can glue and repaint it, and wouldn't know the difference. And again with this one too, it's missing some leaves, but you can buy these leaves and fix it up. So I'm not worried about it. But paper leaves against a light bulb, that I am a little worried about. Actually, oh, I lost a bulb here. Oh, there we go. Cool. Okay, so we just got one left. Well, that cardboard did its job. Kept the car dry, but now I gotta get a new piece of cardboard. And actually, that cardboard really saved it here. We're not that wet at all. A little bit damp over here, but it's just on this mat. So we'll take this out and put that in the sun and let it dry out. That'll be fine tomorrow. This urn looks to be in better condition than the other one. I don't see any damage to the pot itself. Only a little bit of paint. Good as no. It's a heavy solid urine, whatever the heck it is. I tell you, one thing that never fails to amaze me about that place is what they throw out. I guess when you have as much money as you can dream of, it don't matter. Alright, I'm now trapped. Okay, that wasn't thought out too well. Two more leaves up there. I think this door is open. Oh, it is open. Okay. Yeah, so I can buy new leaves and stick them on and look like new. A little bit of glue and some paint, no problem. Alright, so let's get these things up onto the deck, because that's ultimately where I want them to be. I'm gonna have to clean out the car quite a bit, but a little bit of cleaning was worthwhile. I'm not gonna be able to shut that right now. Trying to dry out the garage from our fake flood here, but I'm gonna have to leave the door open for a little while. This will make the deck look so much nicer. Even though they're not in the greatest of shape, it really will, should make a big difference. They're quite heavy. I guess they'd have to be so they don't blow over in the wind. This one's missing quite a few branches, but we can see they just slip in there, you know. So you buy some more and stick them back in, and you're good as new. Oh man, these are heavy. There's an open top dumpster too. Getting these things out was fun. Yeah, that one's looking kind of shabby. We'll make it look good again. I mean, this one's got a crack and they just turn it to the back. You know, or you get a little piece of styrofoam and fill it in and repaint it. This is not a plastic urn. This is probably ceramic or metal or something. It's heavy. Yeah, these were extremely expensive pots. And we got hundreds of dollars in pots here alone. Forgot about the foliage, you know. This is busted here, but again, it's nothing I can't fix. New leaves, they look fine. You know, we got all the all the pieces here to attach them to. That's all you need. Oh, I still gotta get all these things up the stairs. And there it goes. Yeah, that's fixable. For sure, it's just plastic. No big deal. This is only one of a reasonable weight. And this one, I believe, was in here. It was full of rocks, but I had to dump them. I couldn't carry them. Couldn't get them in the car without them spilling everywhere. So I just had to buy new rocks. No big deal. Alright. So, in fact, I probably could just take up the rocks from under there. I don't really like those rocks there anyways. I'd rather it just be paved. Alright, so we need... That's kind of weird. We need to fill the base with a couple of stones or something. Would probably would solve it. It was a little bit crooked. Even this gravel is worth a lot of money, you know? Nothing is cheap anymore. No materials are cheap. That goes with that. This is a little bit dirty, but you know, it's going outside. It's going to get dirty again anyways, so whatever. You know, and the beauty of these is if it gets screwed up or something, or it doesn't last more than a year or two, it was free, so no loss. At worst, I just have a lot of expensive pots that I can put something else into. Alright, well, I'm going to get these upstairs and work them around a little bit, see where I want to put them. And I'll get back on the video to show the final product. Alright, so this is what we got here. This is what it looked like now with the plants up here. And really looks quite nice. These have certainly seen better days. They're missing a lot of leaves, and some of them are torn and kind of droopy. But I mean, they would have been expensive. I mean, you got the new growth coming on here, and I mean, they were nice when they were new. Would have been really, really expensive. So we'll have to get new leaves for those probably next year, but for this year it'll be fine. Provides kind of a nice barrier between the deck and the other house there. All these other ones are still in pretty nice shape. I mean, this one is perfectly good, and this one could use a few more leaves, but what's there is in good shape still. This one is pretty good, and this one is pretty good. So for the cost of just making a mess in the car, quite pleased. Really added a lot to the deck.